G'day fellas, and welcome to a casted game. Spawning in on the northeast side of the map, playing in the colour purple is the Delhi Sultanate. The Wallalol god himself, it is Salami. And on the southwest side of the map, playing as the Ottomans, in the colour teal, it's MarineLord. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wetlands. We are here on a brand new map for a brand new wrap. We're on the new patch. This is the first casted game of the brand new patch, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes down. Two of the world's best players going up against each other at the moment. Salami currently ranked 13 on the ladder. MarineLord currently ranked number 2. He's looking to steal away some of that juicy ELO, some of that juicy rating away from Salami. Salami got a bit of an interesting scouting pattern. Not sure exactly what's happened here, but we do see he's going to have to utilize that early wheelbarrow here. A lot of food, but not the closest to the mill. But I do like the way that it spawns on this map. How you have only these small barriers, so that they've got a very small footprint, so you can kind of get them right in next to each other. Makes it really cool. So it's going to be an opening on the water here for Salami. Let's take a look over at MarineLorD's side and see what he's up to, because he's just playing stock standard military school coming out. Obviously, on the Ottomans, this is something pretty standard that we do see coming out from them. Normally pretty aggressive and interesting house placement here. So this is signaling to me that MarineLord hasn't been studying his base building as the Ottomans, so house needs to be away from this position, because this is where the twin minaret madrasa should be going, MarineLord. Come on, you know this better than I do. You're a Frenchman, and you enjoy plenty of berries, I'm sure, but most importantly, you're a very good player. But we move forward. Maybe he goes for a different landmark. Who knows? And we do see him moving out over onto the west side. So I guess the question I've got is, are we going to see people look to take advantage of water in a more, let's say, dock-orientated way? And indeed, the answer is yes, we are. Interesting that MarineLord's gone for this, but obviously this should have been no surprise to anybody, because we've got villages on wood, and that's a lot of villages on wood. So coming out with an early dock, interestingly, doesn't go for the straggler trees, just goes straight for the dock, or rather straight for the villagers on the lumber camp. But I guess it's also the fact that he's got the military school, right? Like, he's going to be playing it a little bit slower. This is going to be a pretty long dark age coming up from MarineLord. I'd almost be tempted, you know what, I'm not going to be tempted to say it, that he drops a barracks down. He probably doesn't need it. And up against the Delhi, it's kind of dangerous going for an early barracks, right? Like, the chances that they're going to be going for an archer range, it's pretty high. It's pretty high. Now, Salami about to have that age up. Could be Tower of Victory, could be military school. It's going to be the Tower of Victory. So looking to keep everything pretty standard. This signals that it's going to be an infantry play. So it is going to be archers, it's going to be spearmen. That's where his focus is going to be. It's not going to be so much on horsemen. He still might make horsemen, and I think that's probably a good idea against a civilization like the Ottomans, but he's going to be using some of that attack speed bonus that he's got here to try and fight against the Ottomans. Now, keep in mind, against the Ottomans, they love to mass archers, so I wouldn't be surprised if we have ourselves an archer battle. You know, this could be a great archer battle. Two of the best team game archer civs that you can get, right? Like English, Delhi, Ottomans, all three really good archer civilizations, because the Delhi get faster attack speed. So you can see right there, an extra 20% attack speed. Spearman coming out to be a little bit annoying, but it's not going to be a problem. We can see Salami just looking to fight it out. Dagger versus spear. He's not too fussed. The only thing he's doing is causing idle time from the scholar as well, but it's not too much of a fuss, right? Like, you don't care that much. Like, I'm getting my scholars idled. My tech is researching slightly slower. So it's not a big deal. But then on the other side of the map, I mean, we saw the MarineLord position houses in a way that indicates that he might not even be thinking about going for a twin minaret madrasa. The way that he's positioned the houses here, I mean, he's still probably going to do it because the landmarks are really, really strong. But there are a lot of food sources on this map that you've got. I mean, we take a look at the map right now. When it comes to food, you've got a boar out here. Not that either of these civs can take it. Some small little deer packs. I say small. There's 5 deer out here. 5 deer on the backside. And there's just a whole lot of little berry patches everywhere. Now, when it comes to archer civs, obviously, we've spoken about the Delhi, but the Ottomans have got a plenty of bonuses going for them as well. By the way, MarineLord not even close to aging up yet. You can see how far behind he is. He's probably gone, this was not part of the plan. But he's got access to the meta, and the meta is one of those units that just really changes the way that as a Ottoman player you can take fights, because you can use the bonus movement speed from it, you can use the bonus attack speed from it, and of course you can use the bonus armor, which is going to be really, 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 really important But we do see it is going to be the twin minaret madrasa that comes down for him. He's just going to put it behind the town center, so just not looking to try and go with anything fancy like that. We'll orientate it down towards that angle. We do start to see walls coming up for Salami. Now, I will note this is, of course, wetlands. We do have 3 sacred sites on this map, and the sacred sites are, I would say, very similar to a map that we've had before. I was going to say Hideout. That is not the map. The map is Highview. That is the map that I'm thinking of. So it's that classic case of one in the center, and then you've got one sacred site that's safe, and I've got one sacred site that's safe. So it's going to be that, and obviously you can still contest these sacred sites, right? Like, it's not super duper safe. It's not like it's not quite to the extent of what was that map? The Basin. Yeah, it's not as bad as Basin. You basically got a sacred site in your base, but not going to be the case here. We're right on board with Salami though, as the upgrades are starting to come through. So we do have wheelbarrow, we have got survival techniques and horticulture that's coming through, but just note the Delhi are still bugged at the moment when it comes to their tech. So even though these techs are coming through, they're not going to show on the UI. So don't leave any comments like, oh my god, Salami's rank 13, but he doesn't know to get upgrades. He's trash. He's trash. He's not trash, all right? The game's bugged. Leave him alone. Leave him alone, Ryan. Stop that, mate. That's oddly specific. Suspiciously specific. I think that's a Reddit, right? Suspiciously specific? I think so. Anyway, yeah, there's no one in particular, Ryan. Anyway, upgrades coming through at the moment for Salami. But we'll ride on board now with our Ottoman player, MarineLord, because he's just aged up to the next stage. And the blacksmith is beginning to come down. Now, when it comes to his production, it's not the best, not the hottest at the moment. He had a lot of villagers on that age up. I think it was a total of 6 villagers, but we do see upgrades coming through, going for an early wheelbarrow and going for a double broadaxe. So he is gearing up right now. There's never been a better indication that someone is planning on making archers as to when they're getting these 2 upgrades as the Ottomans. This is like, hey, I'm showing all of my hand right now. I'm going archers, and I'm just going to make a lot of them. So that's my suspicion. Let's see if it actually comes out. But he's still got 3 vills on gold, and I do like this. The fact that he's got 3 vills on stone, 3 vills on gold. 3 vills on stone are going to enable him to move towards a second town center. I don't think it's likely. I do think he's going to pull those vills off stone in probably just a second or 2. The only reason why he's got them on stone is because he wants the 100 stone so that he can... There we go. He wants the 100 stone so that when military campus comes through, because it's going to be coming through shortly... and speaking of which, we actually haven't seen any Vizier point come through just yet. I'll switch over to Salami's point of view just so that we... Never mind, there's the meta that's just come out. So he's gone for the meta, which is pretty meta at the moment, especially if you want to play Feudal Age. Obviously, we all started out with the Anatolian Hills. That was kind of like your basic your basic point on a map like this, and combined with the fact you've got the twin minaret madrasa, you don't need the extra sheep, right? It's not a big deal. But then on top of that, the meta, it's a bit more niche. The use of the movement speed, you got to kind of know how to use it. But obviously, we expect the best player in the world to know how to use it. The other thing to remember is that there's always access to field work, which provides 2 imams. And I do suspect, by the way, do I only see 4 relics on this map? Yeah, I do. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm pretty sure that's 4 relics, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Unless there's a relic hiding somewhere. But yeah, this is part of the reason why I didn't like this map being brought into the map pool, because it doesn't always spawn correctly. So yeah, there is a relic missing here. So you would, if you're Salami right now, you'd be pulling out your hair if you're looking for all those relics. But yeah, the last one is field work, right? Which is one of those techs that I think is probably best orientated towards a fast castle. We don't see a whole lot of it at the moment, but I suspect as the Ottoman meta shifts and we start to see more fast castles happening, you're probably going to see it a lot more. I do think Ottoman fast castle is and it's not fast castle, it's kind of like a semi-fast castle, right? Because you need to make a stable in the second age, because you need to make early Spahi. Like, you need to get early Spahi out to deal with the enemy archers. But other than that, I think that it's going to be pretty quick. Like, you're talking 9 minutes to get up to Castle Edge, that sort of thing. But units now moving out. Salami's numbers. He's a little bit housing blocked at the moment. MarineLord actually up by 10 population, but keep in mind, a lot of that population going to be moving across the map. There's 4 of it right there, and there's a couple more that's in the base. So all 10 of that population going to be back here across the map. Excuse me, just a little bit of a... You know, it wasn't quite a burp, but it was like, oh, it just feels weird. Where's Salami's army right now? Salami, I need an army, and I need an army stat, so Nice little defensive position he's got. The spearmen should be able to hold up the Spahi and tank up the front line. Archers need to be focusing down on the enemy archers. That's going to be key here. Salami forced to the other side right now. More archers coming in. He's got a beautiful little defensive wall that's come in over on that side. I wonder if... Yeah, I don't know whether MarineLord can see through it. Maybe he brings a villager to chop through. Never mind, he doesn't need to. You can literally get through it. Never mind. And I think he realizes now he's going to drop that wall down. Archer's coming in, though. Spy going to stand on the front line. Salami looking for a solid little defense here. We're having the battle of the archers right now. Two of the world's best players just spamming out archers. 18 archers for MarineLord, 14 archers for Salami. And he is making archers like a madman, but he's only got one archery range. And this is a little bit of a mistake coming up from him at the moment. Doesn't have a whole lot of resources in the bank. I think he might be looking for a castle age. Where's that sanctity at? It should have already been through. Salami, what's going on, my friend? Where's your scholar? Get it out here. You got a free sacred site in the corner of the map. Why are we taking so long? We're 10 minutes 40 into this game, Salami. You should have been on that sacred site dancing around 3 minutes ago. Villager goes down. Salami's lost 5 already. It continues to get worse for him. Another archer picked off. MarineLord doing a decent job, a really good job here. Both of the upgrades coming through and on attack speed. So he's going to be firing his arrows extra fast. Salami's in a difficult spot. Now going to have to evacuate onto the backside. Sacred site still not yet captured for Salami. What is going on right now, Salami, unfortunately? And look at that. Behind this, we've got the MIA coming through. Mehmed Imperial Armory, and I'm loving this from MarineLord. This is one of the things I love to advocate for. I love to see early age ups coming through. Now, interestingly, he does go for the meta here, but this is what I was talking about. I genuinely think as we see players shift towards this style of play, which 100% is going to be coming through, there's no two ways about it, right? The castle age for the Ottomans, it's so strong. I would almost be tempted to say it might be the strongest castle age in the game. But think about the way the meta has really bolstered his forces here. Sure, it's been nice that he's had the meta for a little bit of extra attack speed, a little bit of extra movement speed. Maybe he gets into a pinch. But by the same token, having those two imams out here could mean that he can camp up relics. He can go camp up this one, go camp up this one, and that non-existent relic that didn't spawn in, or he can go camp that one up. Now, of course, he's not going to be able to get this one because there is a wall preventing it from being picked up. But you get the point, right? And he can bring that back immediately, the same way that the Delhi can. And in a matchup like this, where the Delhi can already do that, where he's scared that the Delhi might be going castle age, he can steal those away. Upgrades now coming through. He's picking up veterancy, MarineLord is. Going to be dropping down another... I suspect another military school going to be dropped down any second here for MarineLord. Pushing towards that enemy base. Going to be looking to take out the mill because... Fuck you in particular. It was very hard for me to say that military school coming down in the back of the base. That's 4 military schools right now. MarineLord is playing an absolutely superb Ottoman style. I love this style from him. It is absolutely perfect. I wouldn't change a thing. I'm curious what direction he went, though, for the third point. I'm going to assume that he's gone into... maybe, I think is it Military Academy? I don't know exactly which one it is, but basically the one that gives faster training speed. I suspect that's probably going to be it. And he's doing a lot of work here, but we can see Salami going for a classic move. I played against Salami. I didn't know it was him when I played against him, and he did this move to me like 3 times. He closes the front door on you, and then you're locked in, and you're like, oh, this is... I didn't predict this, right? Because you've got all of your units that are out here preparing to begin moving in. You know, Mangonel's going to be on the way soon, and now you can see that... Oh, this is a bit awkward. Now, I think the best reaction for MarineLord might even just be to pull a Vil forward and chop it down, but he might just be looking to take an engagement. It's going to be veteran archers up against the archers of his opponent. It looks like he's got attack speed, going to be enhancing his units here. So not only attack speed, but also that extra damage coming in, focusing down the spearmen on the front line. Look at Salami, though. He's going to be forced to fall back away from this position, but the numbers here, just not good for him, not solid at all. The Ottoman fast castle demonstrating why it is one of the best strategies you've got in the game, and now he doesn't have that one-shot threshold anymore. That's going to be a real difference here because MarineLord maintains it, and because he maintains that threshold, he's able to continue pushing the units out. We can see that it's still a pretty decent engagement for Salami. He holds on a little bit longer. Over on that east side, we can see that a single Spahi was sent to neutralize the sacred site. Not going to have a whole lot of luck. Just still fighting off meta on the backside. He's still yet to pick it off. Probably a decent move that he doesn't. +2 comes through. Actually, it's not +2. +2 is still yet to come through. That's from the meta, baby. Now, a couple of spearmen moving forward here. Archer numbers still quite low for Salami. He's got to be careful in this position because if he throws away all of his units, he's not going to have a whole lot to defend his base. Unfortunately, he's going to be up soon. We can see he's sitting on 800 food at the moment. In fact, where is Salami's food? Where are Salami's food-gathering villages? He's got... the boar's irrelevant, isn't it, to Salami? One deer on the wrong side of the forest. And all these units just going to return back to sieging down the wall, and Salami back to the drawing board. He's got a couple of sheep under here, but definitely under pressure in this game. More deer up towards this position. His focus needs to be on these, on aging up, but it's not though. It's not. Salami just, he's committing to full feudal age here. A little bit curious, but at the same time, I guess he knows that the push is coming, right? And look at MarineLorD's army pumping out men-at-arms now, and the men-at-arms are just going to cause so much havoc, and good game gets called. MarineLord with the absolutely beautiful game coming out right there on the Ottomans. 2 archer civs, 1 winner. It's got to be MarineLord. Fellas, check out these creators. I'll leave a link in the description. Salami streams in English. MarineLord streams in French. Go say good day to them. They're probably live right now.